Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And on this show that's kind of a 2+2+2 because Mr. Bill Cooksey is on the line as our regular fourth Saturday co-host. And Bill was good enough to set up a couple of real important interviews for us, including the one that was just before this with Captain Ryan Lambert. And then, of course, I set up two, and then Ron Wong is bonus Wong, as we say, BW, here on the fourth Saturday on this my birthday, as we celebrate my birthday another year, and still here, and still vertical, and still pretty active for a man that's, 154, I'm middle-aged for a 154-year-old man. So you just figure that out. So it took me a while. I think that's right. But we got
54.
That's what I said. Okay, Ron, I knew you back there. You took your shoes off and started counting. Okay. All right, he doesn't have shoes. All right, anyway, this next guest has been on several times because we're always happy to have him on because he has put a real niche in professional crappie fishing that has brought it to a real high level and still has it going. But as we sit in these days of quarantine and phases, phase 1, phase 2, and as long as we're not phased out, we're okay. But Ron, you got a gentleman on the line with us now that I know that you're part of the team. So talk about introduce our next guest.
Hey, our next guest. And first of all, again, happy birthday, Larry.
Keep it up.
Hope you have a great day, and hope you get a chance to do something you want to do, fish or hunt.
I'm going to today.
Or play golf.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that today. Okay.
But anyway, our next guest is the founder and tournament director of the American Crappie Trail, Matt Morgan. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Larry. Happy birthday from Indiana to you.
Oh,
happy
man,
birthday.
thank you. Thank you very much. And I know you recognize Wong's voice. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that you knew there are quadruple Wongs. There are really 4 of them. You know that? So we can't keep up with all of them. But I know Matt and it's Ron keeps tracks and keeps us supplied with good guests. And Bill Cooksey, you're listening to this. I know you love to crappie fish too at the same time. But Matt, talk about what's it been like for you during these difficult times and trying to get everything pushed back, pushed on, phase 1, all these things with the American Crappie Trail. Talk about it.
Well, it's presented a challenge that I don't think anybody, even being 154 years old, I don't believe anybody in the world has lived what we have went through in the last 2.5, 3 months.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very, very, very challenging. But here's the way I look at this.
Okay.
And you want to push on, and you want to get out there and fish, but you got to first. You have to think about the health and safety of everyone around.
Yeah.
And the fact is, we represent about 15 states when we have a tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a lot of people on the road traveling. We're going to host communities, CVBs, lakes. The last thing you want to do is take the chance on infecting anybody. There's no crappie big enough in 10 worlds, 10
That's
lifetimes,
right. Yeah.
To risk that.
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, I've sat back, and I'm a business owner.
Yes.
And I sit back and I look at it that, yes, you want to press forward and you want to do something, but you also have to have empathy. And the word empathy doesn't really get used all that much because realistically, fellas, how many fishermen don't have a job right now?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to look at it from a standpoint of, it's a real fine line that you have to do. You have obligations for sponsors, but you also have to look at it from the fisherman's shoes.
Right. Yeah.
That, hey, look, money's hard to come by right now.
That's
right. I mean, it is what it is. And I've looked at it and said, hey, listen, we just put it on the back burner until we know that we can do it. And probably more importantly, you cannot take your full schedule and cram it in 3.5 months.
No, yeah.
And think that you're going to have participation, fun.
Yes.
It just doesn't happen. So there's a lot of things there. There's a lot of emotions that are involved in what we have done, and and where we're at today. And I don't care if you're fishing, hunting, playing golf. I don't care what you're doing. It's affected every single person in this country and across the world.
Yeah, I can't.
Yes, it has,
yes,
Matt.
Yeah.
And of course, you and Angie have worked really hard to work with host cities, host counties, tourism bureaus to try to redo some scheduling to fit in as much as you can. Of course, to kick it all off, I believe it's the first weekend in June, you are going to hold the 2019 championship where somebody's going to win a Ranger boat with a 150 Evinrude on it, ready to go.
That's right.
Talk to us and tell our listeners what are some of the things that you guys are going to be doing for the tournament. How are the weigh-ins going to be presented? And
give us that.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ultimately, in order to even suffice even getting a permit, you have to really appease the Corps of Engineers.
Yes.
And and equally as important, I have to satisfy the city of Batesville. There at Sardis Lake, there in North Mississippi. You have to make sure that they have a comfort level where they know everybody's going to be safe. So I put together basically, and guys, I'm not highly fond of the word social distancing.
Okay. Yes.
But we had to put a plan together in the fact that everyone was going to be held accountable, to be safe, and use some common sense. I like common sense.
Common sense. Okay.
Distancing.
All right. So what are y'all going to do then?
So what we're going to do is everybody's mandated to stay in their trucks. We're going to do a live well check. Everybody stays in. I'll jump up in the boats. Everything will take place there. Boats will be trailered. We are not permitted to utilize one ramp.
No. Yeah.
It will not happen at Batesville. Not at Sardis.
Okay.
We had to be able. And that goes against my grain of thought. I wanted to make sure that, we all blasted off from one spot.
Yeah.
It just creates a higher level of transparency. But we had to utilize multiple ramps. We're going to start things off on Wednesday. We always have a registration. We usually have a fantastic jam-up, dinner.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
And we're not going to have that championship feel,
no.
But it's still going to be a fishing tournament.
All right. Without fans? Without fans? I mean,
without fans.
And without your expo, and having the people all around like they normally do to meet and greet and all those things. That's
that's good. That's all going to be absent.
Yeah,
it's going to be absent, and I think you're going to see that. For the near future, that's the way things are going to be. Are going to be.
Ain't no difference in Sardis and Darlington. I mean, those guys are going to race. And your guys are going to fish, but there won't be things have changed. And again, we're talking to Matt Morgan, the founder, and he and his wife Angie of the American Crappie Trail, and about the championship event. Which Ron, what's that date again? Ron, June
4th through the 6th.
All right,
and I want to remind all of our listeners. Although, and they're going to have, I believe, their live feed during the weigh-ins.
Yes.
Okay.
Drive-through weigh-ins and stuff, right, Matt?
Yes, absolutely. American Crappie Trail Facebook site, everything's live. It'll be a full drive-through weigh-in. You get the scale of the fishing tournament. You just can't come touch it, smell it, and feel it.
Now, will you have the entry list will be the same? I mean, you're having a set number of competitors.
Yes, the top 100 qualified. So we'll have 100 that fish the first day, cut to 50, cut to 25. So
none of
that was another positive thing.
Well. None of that has changed or anything. But I know the folks in Batesville, they take a hit on this. You take a hit as far as fans to build on. Ron, you know that the Batesville.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But there again. this tournament will help them.
It will help them. Yeah,
you know, you're talking about
a lot of publicity for the area.
States.
Yes, you'll have the publicity for the state. And Matt, I know this has been grueling for you and Angie. I guess after this event, this is going to be so unusual. And after this event, you know, then you look what's next. You know, you just gotta go with the flow and see what the rules and regulations are.
That's right, and this is the way I said it. I've stated this many times. You take it on a day-by-day and a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
That's all we can do, because if we sit around and we try to beat our head against the wall and come up and reinvent the new process, all of that changes in 2 hours.
In 2 hours.
You just take it day by day.
Well, we appreciate you, and we're going to close out near the end of the show with Ronnie Capps to talk. Who better to talk about this than Ronnie Capps at the end of the show, so folks, so you sure be stick around. But Matt, we appreciate you taking time. I know it's we appreciate you guys are holding firm as best you can. Again, folks, that's June 4th through 6th down at Sardis, and you'll be able to follow them through Facebook. And Ron, I know somehow you'll be there with a mask on. I know.
Well, I will, but before we let Matt go, they've got another tournament coming up in June scheduled right now. Matt, tell them real quick what else you got going on in June.
Right there in the heart of your viewership, Larry, it's at Kentucky Lake, the old mecca of crappie fishing, June 19th and 20th.
Okay.
Kentucky Lake's coming up. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah,
I want
man.
to say one thing.
Yes.
Ronnie Capps is, when you guys talk to Ronnie Capps, we all talk about first responders. Ronnie's daughter is a nurse.
Yes.
She may still be in New York City. She's from Tiptonville, Tennessee.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
And she may still be in New York City. Y'all talk to him about it and thank him, because I sure have. He's a heck of a guy, heck of a dad, and he's got a great daughter.
Well, you stole my thunder, Matt. That's not unusual, though. So, I mean, that's okay. That's down here in my notes here. You know. All right, buddy. You say hello to your wife and hang in there, and we look forward to a big event at June 4th through 6th, and then up at Kentucky Lake, of course, as he said,
19th and 20th.
19th and 20th. Thanks, Matt. Have a great day. Okay, buddy. We'll
Larry,
stay in touch.
always a pleasure. Enjoy your day.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, let's take a break. Come right back, and let's switch back to Bill Cooksey and me. I can't wait to talk to somebody who owns a business called Cast and Blast. You try to figure that one out. All right, we'll be right back.
I can figure that one.